this motorbike was the one that was educating their kids. This motorbike was the one that was giving this person a status in that village. Now he can address the village because he has a motorbike, right? This motorbike was, for some of our customers, it sounds very basic, but they got married because they got a motorbike.
Wow. Aizo, I've missed you. Let me tell you, my time in Estonia without Aizo has been difficult. I celebrate Aizo for the amazing work he does behind the camera. What? He has been truly missed. However, I'm loving this conversation. I feel like there's so much value that you're giving people just by sharing your life story. So where we're at, you're pregnant.
Yes.
You have a child.
Yes.
You've moved to Mombasa. You're on your day 1 or day 2.
Day one.
Day 1.
Day one.
And you've explained a little bit about what the company does.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. So our company, the company name is actually Watu Credit Limited. So yeah, back then it used to be in Nairobi, but now they moved to, it used to be in Mombasa. That was the headquarters. But now they moved to Nairobi.
It's still there today?
Yes, it's still there today, but I believe now they transitioned into mobile lending, mobile phone lending, and not. But their startup was with the women's group, and then they went into asset financing, and their major asset was motorbikes.
Yes.
Yes. So with the
Were they
motorbikes,
doing any other assets?
at that time, no.
Okay.
No any other asset.
But
They
not by
used
the
to
time
do
you're joining.
short-term loans. They used to do short-term loans to existing customers.
Okay.
But then they stopped with the short-term loans because also the risk factor of it is very high in such a market. And also their motorbikes was much better because the asset itself is the collateral. So I get
the security.
the security, yes.
Yeah, they can sell the asset if
If you're in the unfortunate incident you're not able to pay for the loan, then they just come and take the asset away. You're given a grace period. If you're not able to come with an agreed amount during the grace period, then they have to resell this at a lower value. To just recuperate the principal amount. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So first day I go in, and now I get to understand now the environment. First of all, I ask, okay, where is the department, or how do customers get to contact us? Because that's where we start, right? And I was shown a mobile phone with 2 ladies who were told, okay, when this the phone, it was 1, not 2, but when this phone rings, you answer it. And that was the department. That was the customer support department. At this time, their portfolio was growing. Okay. I remember. Because if you have almost 200 contact center agents, but these contact center agents were debt collection agents, right? But not customer support agents. So their work is to call customers to remind them about payments, but nothing around support. So that was the environment I went into, and I looked at it and I was like, okay, I have my work cut out for me. 34 weeks. Yes, let's do this.
And what then are you building in an essence of this?
I have to first of all build a team. I have to build the tool around how will customers be contacting us.
And why would customers be contacting you?
So other than when you sell a product, definitely you expect there will be challenges, or customers will have questions around the product, right?
Or this is in the acquisition stage?
In the acquisition, and also after the acquisition stage, right? When the customers want to call back, remember the debt collection contact center was an outbound contact center.
Oh, it wasn't. Yes, you're right.
So
if somebody is delaying on the payment, they have no idea who to
they
call.
have no idea who to call, right? Or if their asset is stolen, who do I call? Do I wait for my, for my debt collection agent to call me to tell them, oh, my asset has been stolen? If they're having any other challenge or a product inquiry, for example, or it's just a prospective customer. I need a loan. What are the requirements for getting an asset? Such simple things. How do customers get to contact us?
Okay.
So formulating also a way around, all right, now this is one phone operated by two people. So if it's already engaged,
it's yes, what happens?
What happens? Also, do we understand how many customers also contact us? Right? Is there any data around it? So I started building that.
Wow.
How many customers, how many data. But even before that, I noticed by the time I was coming in, the board had sat down and decided, wait, we need a customer support department. And remember, the company had been operating for 3 years, right? Getting customers and all that. But on the ground also, people were not happy with the level of service. They cannot reach. They cannot reach out when they have a support issue. They have nowhere to go. They had branches, but at this point, the branches only had limited operation hours as well. So things like that. And also the branches were not built for customer support. They're built for onboarding.
Okay, I get it.
New customer acquisition. So everyone in the queue, it was coming in to do what?
Get a bike.
To get a bike.
Get a loan to
so
get
if
a
you
bike.
have a 5 minutes inquiry, you'll have to wait for somebody who's being onboarding, and onboarding used to take 2 hours per customer. So it wasn't a good experience, and I had to go in.
Even the onboarding experience is still part of the customer journey. And 2 hours is horrible. Okay.
Yeah. So I had to go in. I had to do a lot of mystery shopping myself, pretending also to be a customer. And I did that before I even joined, so that I understand the customer journey and the pain points along the customer journey. So by the time I was coming in, I had already a plan of how I want things to change, what I can do to impact in the short term and also the long term. So, and one of the things I noticed was just customer care skills. And my first task, I had put it down before I go to for parental leave, is I have to do a training company-wide on customer support. Yes. And my 1 week down the line, I'm training customer support.
Heavily pregnant.
Heavily pregnant.
And at this time, have you increased the team or the 2 ladies?
Just the 2 ladies.
Okay.
I didn't start also with increasing the team or anything, because I'm increasing the team, but we have one phone.
Yes.
It will make sense at this point, right? So I start with just company-wide, because we had the 200 debt collection agents, right? They are a good extension of customer support. How do they talk to customers? How do they do all this? Because I had done a lot of my research before joining. I had done my mystery shopping exercise. I had gone and posed as a customer in each of the branches, and I was a typical customer. This pregnant woman with a husband coming to pick up an asset, right? So I had done my work fair share.
Would you have a husband? Would you go with somebody?
I would just pick anybody in the branch, anybody who's just standing outside. Let's go in. Are you also a customer? I pretend I'm with them, and I'm just following through the queue. And that's when you get to actually know what's happening on the ground.
That's true.
And how good or how bad things are. And by the time I was finishing, I was like, you know what? The first one is we just have to change our tone. We have to change our tone in how we communicate with customers, how we engage with customers. And that's the first thing I did. And
explain to people the importance of tone when speaking, when speaking to customers, clients, when speaking to people.
The one thing people connect with, when, especially when there's the verbal, I'm speaking with you, is the tone, because I can interpret things differently. But when my tone is off, the value that customer feels is different. And remember, different customers are at different points of their journey. When our customers were onboarding, they're very humble because they want this asset. So they're almost at that desperate state, right? And you cannot look down upon this customer and look down upon anyone. And I remember going through the mystery shopping, and that's how I felt. I felt belittled. I felt less than a human, actually. So tone in itself, you might say the correct thing, but if the tone is in a negative tone, then their negative feeling for that customer just leads to a very negative experience. They won't change it. You have to do almost more than 12 good experiences for them to
go back to default.
Go back to default, yeah,
Wow.
or just rate it positively. So it's very important, like the tone. And then I also noticed that within the debt collection center, it was more of a shouting match of who's louder on the phone. But does that translate into payments? No. So just tweaking. Yes, you can be assertive, but not disrespectful. You can be assertive, but also get to know that you're speaking to somebody's, somebody to begin with. Leave alone somebody's dad, somebody's mom, or this is a person. It's a human being you're talking to, and you cannot just talk down upon people. Particularly because you're talking to them over the phone, you cannot see them. They cannot see you. So you've lost the visual. You're thinking the tone doesn't represent you. But the tone can also create an image in this person's mind of, are you smiling while you're serving them? Are you approachable while you're serving them? Or you're not? So they can already create that persona in their mind by just listening to you.
And then it's money. And humans and money are highly emotional.
Yes. It's not just money. These assets were everything to our customers back then.
Their lifeline.
This was their lifeline. This motorbike was the one that was educating their kids. This motorbike was the one that was giving this person a status in that village. Now he can address the village because he has a motorbike. Right? This motorbike was, for some of our customers, it sounds very basic, but they got married because they got a motorbike.
Wow.
Right? So it's everything. You might see it as just a mini asset, but to our customers, it was all their lives were built around the asset. So making sure that you're cognizant of the status this asset holds into this person's life was important to bring to our teams.
Did they have to bring a deposit to get the bike?
Yes.
They did,
They had to bring a deposit. Back then it was 10,000 shillings deposit.
Okay.
Yeah. And the bikes were not costing very high. By the time I was leaving, bikes were going for 350 for a boxer bike and a new, yeah, because they would get new bikes actually. So they would just come up with the down payment, which was it 5,000 back then or 10,000? Between 5,000 and 10,000. I believe it was 10,000 back then. One guarantor. A guarantor is somebody who is related to you, maybe your uncle or somebody. And then a referee could be another person within the motorbike stage that you operate with, and then your stage chairman as well has to sign that you belong to a particular stage. So that, because they're also organized that way. So that was the nature of the business. And the customer, this is not a high-end customer. This is a person who had to put down a deposit to get this asset, and they're paying for this asset over a long period of time. So you're building a relationship with this customer, and most of the customers were not one-time buyers. No.
They kept coming back.
They kept coming back. Every time they would finish, they would get another one.
And hire it out.
So they would get the new bike for themselves. The old one, they would lease it out. So they become employers as well.
That's crazy. That's so cool.
Yes.
And could they, when you did your research in terms of the amount that they need to pay a day, what would you say an average person was making a day? 500?
500, 400. And we had bikes that, for high-end bikes, the highest they would pay would be around 200, 250. I think the highest was a Boxer, around 300. But a Boxer was high-end if you're operating in like very muddy terrain or, right? But we had less affordable bikes. And for those ones, you're paying 125 shillings, for example, towards your loan.
Okay.
So the rest is your income, and one bike ride would be 50 bob minimum.
Yeah.
Right. So you only need 2 customers or 3 customers to repay your loan, and then the rest of the customers now is back your money. Yes.
Okay. I mean, I'm and this is happening in Mombasa.
This is happening in Mombasa.
At this time, you're not selling bikes to people in Nairobi.
They are already. They started expanding.
So by the time you've joined,
by the time I'm joining, it's 3 years now. But they don't have a customer care department, right? But it's 3 years. They're expanding. They're already in Nairobi. They had an office in Nakuru. They had just started. They were in Bungoma, and was the Kisumu or Homa Bay office? I think Kisumu, and Mombasa, right? So just major towns. Okay. But the clientele, the good thing about the product itself, the word of mouth.
And ulipata your bike. How did you get your bike?
Yes.
Come, I show you.
Yes. You see your colleague who you know very well cannot afford a brand new bike with a brand new bike the next day, and they tell you it's his. The next day, 5 more people are coming to the office. So the queues.
Oh, for real?
We used to have queues outside the office, not inside, outside.
So what was the factor that you would not give somebody the loan? Because the people coming to you already don't have the money. So what was the decider for you to be like, now we can't give these people?
You see, the good thing about the product was it's catering for people who are the unbanked, what we call unbanked.
Yeah.
So we're not looking at we were not looking at your bank statement. You don't have a bank account. We know that. So we'll do something like your MPESA statement, right? But then just the value of it, also knowing that 3 trips you get a bike. So we would want you to be within a registered stage.
So that's now what they needed.
Yes.
They needed to show you that.
They needed to show that this is my route. I operate here. This is my operation. Even my chairman knows this is my area of operation.
So those things are, I don't want to call them cartelled, but they're organized.
Very organized.
But the border routes are not just haphazard. You just
They're
see
not.
anyone
You cannot just appear in a stage and operate. It's very organized.
Oh, does he have to pay? Does a portion of his money have to go to the SACCO or the community or the organization that they're in?
Each and every stage is operated differently. They have their own what we call chamas. They also have their own like SACCOs.
Yes.
But they're still very in silos. It's not like nationwide, or they're not governed.
I get
right?
it.
Or they're not regulated. But they have an operational system within within the stage. They have a way of they know if a customer comes, for example, instead of us fighting for the same customer, this is how we should operate. The first one who was here, first in, first out. Yes.
Yeah.
So they develop rules of operation so that they can all gain.
And a random guy can't just come to take
a random guy cannot come to take a customer because you're taking from they're all depending on a customer coming to that stage. Yeah. So I think it also got me to the grassroots level.
Yeah, so I was going to ask you, so did you actually go down to that?
Yes, because that's where the customers are, right? Yes, yes. That's why you get the raw feedback around. I cannot be able to contact you guys, but when you want to contact me in regards to a loan, it's so easy for you to contact me. Why? So would have such engagements as well, yes.
But this is your, I don't want to call it Ipsos days, but your research days.
This is my research. Yeah. I'm actually, remember what I was doing in research?
Yeah.
I am applying that to know how to make it better.
Yes.
So it's a great transition into...
It is. It's perfect.
Yes. The background fitted perfectly. Yeah.
And I'm coming to learn, it's almost like this is a plug and play in whatever industry you'd go. In terms of the structure.
It is.
Speak to the customer, develop a system, train the people who are going to use the system.
Use the data to make the right decisions.
Wow.
Yeah. And then just track the impact.
And why is this the information that you were learning in school?
Yes.
To do when you were in...
when I was in
Kenyatta.
Uni. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what they were teaching, you're actually applying.
So I went into Ipsos. I started looking at, practically, this is how it would work.
Okay.
And then I will also plug into different departments, how they're applying what I used to learn, right?
Makes sense.
And then by being in the management trainee was also getting to know what each and every department does before you specialize.
I get it.
Right? So you get there 360 experience before you get to specialize.
Just the last one. Not last, maybe, but maybe less your department.
Yes.
These bikes, was the company in partnership with somebody so that they didn't have to pay for the assets upfront as well?
So the company used to pay for the assets upfront, but we would pay the dealers. The dealers are the ones who would import and distribute to the different dealers. So we would come in and we would pay now the dealers.
So like the wholesaler?
Upfront, the wholesaler. And then we would get the bikes. But now ours, how we recuperate our money is through the daily payments from the customers.
Yes. You do a markup, of course.
Yes.
Okay. So now I'm understanding what's happening in your life.
Yes.
At work.
So
in hot Mombasa, hot
1 week. 1 week. So now it's 1 week. I've done my training for the entire team. We had everyone travel to Mombasa because they had their annual meetup in Mombasa. Not an AGM, but it was end of year party, I would call it. But the end of year was in March now. So everyone coming down to Mombasa, I remember it was, I think, because I reported on the 18th of March, a week later.
And by the time you're reporting, like, how many customers do you have?
Right at this point, more than 10,000 customers.
What?
Yes. I tell you, remember I'm telling you, every day customers would queue to get the assets from morning to evening.
What?
When you're closing down the office, customers are still waiting. Mondays used to be the most busiest day because the queues are going all the way outside the office. You're even interfering with other businesses. And remember the product we are financing, the biggest form of marketing was word of mouth. And who are the best people to market your product if not from the border operators?
It's true.
And every time a new bike is going to a stage, 5 more people are coming the next day.
What?
Yes.
Hey. Okay.
from that stage,
Yeah.
right? So imagine how many boda stages are there in Mombasa, Nairobi, Nakuru.
That's
I think
a lot.
we are
You guys are
ultimately responsible for
the border madness.
yes, for every two, one was financed by Watu.
What?
Yes,
Okay.
it is that big.
You know, I thought you were going to tell me like 200
No,
bikes.
no. By this time, it's more than 10,000
Okay, you definitely needed
customers.
customer service. What?
That's why
By the time you
now
have 200 debt collectors, each person is probably calling 30 people a day.
yes,
Or even 10 people is still a lot.
it's still a lot.
Yeah.
It's still a lot, yeah. So they had grown to a point where they couldn't operate without customer support anymore. And by the time this thing is heading to a board, you can imagine it's now, you know, they need a department. So I go in, started looking at, okay, we need a structure. We need to also analyze what do customers call us for? What are some of the common queries that customers call us for? At the same time, I'm looking at our debt collection team and thinking, okay, we need to also, apart from the training, how do I make it more sustainable? We need departments like quality control and quality assurance department to come in to also check on our teams. How are you offering the experience to customers? Is it according to our standards or not? Because now you've been trained, right? Now you know what is right from wrong. Then we teach you consistently.
Yes. And also, what can you do to prevent them making that many calls from the product perspective?
Exactly.
Even if
And
it's from
what is,
onboarding.
how is efficient? How is saving cost? Are you just, speaking to customers for the sake of speaking to customers at high voices, or you are actually collecting debt? Are you bringing in the money, or just
Having a
how efficient are
tone.
we? Yes, how efficient are we? Because there's a cost element to support. People don't see it, but there's a cost element to support.
Yep.
And how are you cost efficient? So yeah. I remember, also part of my role was also interviewing people for roles as well.
So you entered HR, and you're not talking about. I mean, not HR. And are these people for your department?
No, because now debt collection has to be fixed as well.
Wow.
They are a big part of support.
So, oh yes, you're right. So you become the HOD of this whole department,
Now,
including this department of debt collection that existed.
I have to make sure debt collection is working efficiently because they also contributed to more contacts to customer support. Right? So I have to make sure they also in check. So I'm doing advisory to debt collection, and part of it was we need to have a quality stream within that collection to make sure that our tone of voice is okay. And then I'm also building now my department, which is making sure, okay, we have to move away from this mobile phone. It's not a CRM system at all.
Did you move to 3CX?
No, we actually moved to an internal, I'm trying to remember because I've used so many tools now after, but we moved to an online, customers could now contact us through an online phone rather than a mobile phone, which is physical mobile phone, but just online phone, now I'm setting up also the customer support contact center where it's inbound and it can also be outbound. Yes.
You're recording phone calls?
Yes, definitely. We have to. We have to, And all the customers have to be notified that they're being recorded as well. We have to train the team. So I'm building the teams. I built now from 2.
You're scripting?
Reminded me of basics. Scripts, yes, we have scripts. How do you don't just answer no, this is Mombasa. Turn it to Mombasa Swahili. And the laid back tone as well within Mombasa. Wasemaje? Like,
and this customer service, actually, this is a good one. Is this, you see, now once you build those systems, does the customer service represent all regions or just Mombasa?
No, all regions.
Wow. So you're
All
stationed in
regions.
Mombasa, but you're answering
Calls from
Bungoma,
Bungoma,
Nakuru.
Nakuru. Yes.
Okay.
So all regions. So there is central. It's supposed to be central support center.
Yeah.
So we have now the central support center. It's within Mombasa, and then I'm making sure that I'm training. Then I noticed, okay, I have to have a blend of team, because I started with just the Mombasa team, but now I had to travel to Nairobi. But before I do even all this, right, 2 weeks after reporting, the heat of Mombasa was too much. I didn't notice that Mombasa was very humid, because most of the time I would travel down to Mombasa, I would be on holiday next to the beach in an AC room.
Yeah.
But now I am working in Mombasa and I'm noticing it's actually very humid. And I am, at this point, I'm 35 weeks in. I do my training. It's so hot. I can't do anything. 2 weeks after I reported to Mombasa, guess what?
Baby.
Yes. Actually, first week I'm sleeping in a hotel because I'm still looking for a house. Second week I find a house. Then happens that my sister had already contacted the moving company. So my things were already moving to down to Mombasa, and my daughter was also coming down to Mombasa. So they came in on a Saturday, and on a Sunday, yeah, I'm like, no, I cannot do this. And then my daughter was not feeling well. I think between on a Sunday or a Monday, my daughter was not feeling well. So I take my daughter to the hospital, which was just next to me, my firstborn, yeah. So the hospital was just Premier Hospital, which was 100 meters away from me. As I go there, I'm also not feeling well now. And I'm like, oh no. I'm not. Both of us are not feeling well because of the heat.
Yes.
So this heat was too much because my daughter was having fevers. And now I'm taking her because she's having fever. But now I get to the hospital and I'm not feeling well. And I'd remember the first week I'd gone to Premier and I'd arranged everything, doctors and everything. But then by the time I'm getting there, it's 10 in the morning and they're telling me, okay, the doctor will be here only at 4 in the evening. So I'm like, I do not have 4 in the evening. I need a doctor now. They organize for a doctor for me, but the doctor is available in Aga Khan Hospital. So I go to...
Now you know, you're aware the baby's coming.
Yes, I'm aware. Yeah, because at this point I'm bleeding. So, and I need to get to the theater immediately.